Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about ending the years and years of budget slashing at the state capitol. My guest this segment is Tony Atkins, who is the Majority Floor Leader for the State Assembly. Thank you very much for being with us.
Steve, it's good to be here.
So after years and years of budget cutting, I mean, education, K through 12, took 20 some odd billion dollars really in cuts, less than what they would have expected over the last few years. Can you breathe a sigh of relief a little bit with this budget?
We can breathe a sigh of relief, and it's actually wonderful to be starting with a budget proposal from the governor that actually doesn't make those draconian cuts to health and human services, to education, to seniors. So we can, over the last 2 years, we have probably closed a $20 billion gap. Projections of a reserve of $2 billion by 2016. But it doesn't mean we're out of the woods. I mean, we're facing right now as we speak sequestration from the federal government, which could have significant impact on California, which I think is why the governor urges caution. And I think the legislature is going to pick up the mantle. We'll have budget hearings, over the next several months. Last year we had almost 80. So we anticipate, looking at the budget proposal from the governor, no drastic cuts, but at the same time, thoughtful consideration of if we restore anything.
Revenues in January were several $billion higher than expected, and you're starting to hear a little bit coming out of some elements of the Democratic caucus. Well, maybe we should backfill some of the cuts that we had before. That's going to be a tempting problem, though, isn't it?
Tempting, but we have the Affordable Care Act to implement in California, and we know that there's going to be some cost associated with that, and I think the governor understands that as well. The legislature, after years of having to cut medical services, I think we should still be very judicious in our approach to that. So
I want to segue to something that's important in your district, but also throughout the state of California, and that is the state of, the state of the military and veterans. I understand that 1/4 of all jobs in San Diego, for example, are military related. There's the possibility that there could be some more base closures in California, of course, and nationwide, perhaps next year. We just don't know yet. Is there something you can do now to sort of forestall that?
Well, it's a great question, and it is true that 1/4 of all jobs are either directly or indirectly related to active military or veteran services. Last year I sponsored a bill, AB 342, part of which was to urge a liaison within the governor's office so that people would know who to call and who directly to deal with on issues such as BRAC. I was the acting mayor of San Diego when we faced BRAC before, and I saw firsthand how difficult it was not to have a direct liaison in the governor's office. So we've done that. I think it's really important when we see the downsizing of the military, and we know that the largest majority of veterans live in the state of California, second largest number in San Diego County, with LA being the first. So this is a statewide issue, impacts San Diego significantly, but it's an issue that we have to stay focused on. Active duty personnel as well as veterans.
Okay, well, we're almost out of time, but are you starting to build your coalition right now, just in case there's another round of potential cuts?
Yes, the governor is aware and in tune to this. The speaker is, and we have a number of members who are actively participating in that.
All right, well, we're out of time, but Tony Atkins, Majority Floor Leader in the State Assembly, thank you very much for coming by and talking about these issues. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government On Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.